We are here to talk about FIFA 14 and you're watching Connected Digital World.
This week, EA announced FIFA 14, the latest in a long line of FIFA games. We were at the First Look event and had the opportunity to talk with Sebastian Enrique about some of the new features. So, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
I am Sebastian Enrique. I'm a producer of FIFA 14. I've been doing FIFA since FIFA 06. So I did FIFA 06, FIFA 7, both for PS2, GameCube, Xbox and PC. Then I moved to FIFA 08 for PS3 and 360, and then I did 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm doing 14. I did World Cup 2010. I helped a bit and I did Euro.
So basically you live, eat, breathe, sleep FIFA.
Yeah, and football.
That's good. Before we jump into 14, let's go back to 13 for a second. Were you guys surprised just how popular it actually was?
The game, FIFA 14?
The game, yeah.
It's always hard to me to understand what is the magnitude of FIFA, in the sense that when you see the numbers, like millions, you don't get it. So when I truly get it is when I come to Europe or when I go to to do events or conferences where the people like really breathe football as well, the passion that there is around it. So it's there when I see how important what we do it is. So it's not like something that is going to save life, you know what I mean? But I go to some places and I see the dad playing with the kid, so that unites things, unites families, and unites friends. So I think that's fantastic, and hopefully continues being that successful.
Okay. So obviously let's jump into 14. There's quite a lot of new things you've told us about today. Would you like to summarise some of the new changes for us?
To summarise, well, let's talk about gameplay first. So what is gameplay? We have kind of two pillars. One is what we call the build-up play, and the other one is finishing. So everyone knows what build-up play is, I hope. So for build-up play, we are making a lot of changes and improvements and innovations. So you have the opportunity to play the game doing the build-up the way you want, but that it feels really rewarding. So in those terms, we're improving a lot of the AI, both in the attacking and on the defense. So you feel supported in both areas. In the attacking, we are adding a lot of new run types, like check runs. We're adding running along the back line. We're adding the backing in, that is the attacker, kind of getting himself between the defender back on the net and for receiving the ball and releasing the ball or turning. For defense, we're adding what we're calling dynamic defensive pressure. That is, the team is recognizing when you want to exercise a lot of pressure on the defender and they all close down the distances. So you kind of have more opportunities to prevent the passing along the defense that you see a lot in online play. And but in addition to that, we're adding this protect the ball new mechanic that you can do it when you're doing moving in any direction at any speed. So what you do is you hold the left trigger and you start in this stance of protecting the ball. What has it been is that you kind of are not forced anymore to continue sprinting. So you have the opportunity to say, okay, I want to start protecting the ball and probably have it more like a possession sort of game. Protect the ball is something that works really well, so it's something that happens in the real world of football all the time. So we're seeing examples of Drogba, for example, where we're saying, okay, Drogba is doing left trigger at that moment, but it really works. It works really well, and it's something that to me truly transforms how you play the game, because the pace, the dynamics become different. On what is the finishing side, there are two main things. One that we call pure shots, that is changing a lot of the visual elements of the mechanics of shooting. So what we're doing now is respecting the face. So what is the face? The face is the face of the feet when the players are approaching the ball. So you have the proper visual feedback now. If you have a good time shot, the player approaching stride really strong and having a fantastic shot. If he is rushed or if the ball is too close to the feet or a lot of pressure, you will see that they are adjusting the feet properly as well. And you will have the feedback of why did I miss, so you will have the visual feedback. and the real ball physics. So we're changing the ball physics system to something that is now truly representative of real life. So before so if you look in real life, so the balls changed a lot in the past 4 or 5 years. So today I still see keepers complaining, oh, the ball moves too much in the air. So we really sat and say, okay, what is going on here? So we did a lot of research, and so we found out that the formulas that we had were not representative of what was happening with the balls today. So by changing all the ball physics, now you can see the like shots that we were not posted. They were not posted in FIFA before, like the low rising shots. Those shots really well hit, like slowly rising but going close to the ground and with a lot of strength. Then you see all this ball movement, like those free kicks, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo does, that you have how the ball moves in air. Well, those are possible now in FIFA. There are like many more things, but it truly changes how the game feels, and it truly feels more rewarding, both the build-up play and the finishing.
What are the challenges that you guys must face year on year to make FIFA better?
A lot of things. It's time. I think time is the biggest challenge, because so I can tell you we have 20 million ideas of things that we want to do. So we have a huge list of things. Every year we listen to what the community has to say as well, and we mix and match all of those things, and we find out that we need, I don't know, I'm just making it up, like 5 years to do everything we want to do. So we need to find what is the right package that we as developers and players of our own game will feel that will support all the different ages that our game is played, all the different seasoned players, new players, all the different geographies. So we need to produce a game that is for a lot of people, for a lot of different consumers, and that's a challenge.
Obviously, there is quite a lot of social aspect to FIFA. It's not just you sit, you play it, you know. You've done or planning quite a lot of changes to career mode. So, did you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, there are two main things that we're doing with career mode this year, or the two that we're talking at this point. One that is changing the user interface into something that is more state-of-the-art. It's much easier to navigate, removing a lot of the frustrations that were there in the past of inconvenient things, or even being interrupted every time by the email system when you were when the only thing you wanted to do was advance the simulation. Well, we're removing those frustrations, making it easier to navigate, much more convenient, easy to access the things that you want to access. So in one word, is making it a pleasure to play and not a pain. And the other thing is introducing this global scouting network system, that what it does, it brings the authenticity of scouting into FIFA, into career mode. Because in the past, when you wanted to find players to hire for your team, you were used to look for like a hard attribute. So you were looking for, okay, I want somebody who has 89 of header, or 75 or greater on speed. That's not how managers or coaches they search players in real life. What they say is, okay, so in order to accomplish whatever on my team, the way I want to play, I need I don't know, a strong center mid who has a lot of stamina, that can move around and can also pass to attack. So in general, it's more about traits, more about English words. And this is what we're introducing. There is a system, scouting system. You need to hire the scouts, and then to the scouts you give them the instructions with traits. Okay, I want a tall player or a tall center mid that can do blah 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 blah. And with this, so you send the scouts, and the scouts will start bringing you information and start refining. So the more the scout, the more information you have. Now, there are different layers of information or of players. Let's say players like Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, players that are really well known. You don't have to scout them because you know that what they are or how they play. But if you're on the Premiership, so you will start. You don't need to scout a lot the players on the Premiership because they play on the league that you know about. But if you want to scout players from more obscure leagues, probably you need to scout for longer because you have no clue, in real life, of those leagues. So this is all the system that what will make of career mode is truly make a meta game that lasts all year long, because you need during the season, so while you're playing the game, so you need to identify what are the gaps that you have on your team, or what are the improvements that you can make on your team, and start looking players for those for trades, and then when you get to the transfer window, so you know exactly who you want to target.
Brilliant, thank you very much for your time.
I hope you enjoyed the presentation.
It was great, thank you.